All right, going into the crawl space here. First piece of flex I see. With flex lines, you don't want them to have all these hoops and bends. It should run straight. And so whoever did this just got a whole bag of flex and ran it over here. And they should have used about half a bag. That decreases airflow. So that needs to be fixed. This is your dehumidifier. It's filtered, and I guess it's what's running into the sump pump here. Box of filters for your dehumidifier. Old filters that were left underneath here. It looks like all of the flex is kind of done the same way. It needs to be tidied up a little bit. The crawl space, what I see so far, is dry. There's that right there could be sealed up. You can definitely tell where there's been some water in here at different points in time where it's pooling. And then some work has been done underneath here since the crawl space encapsulation was installed. So you see the sawdust and stuff. And so all that could be cleaned up if that's important to you. This duct right here goes to your dehumidifier and it just makes it blow dry air to the rest of the house. Another little tear that could be fixed. Your main trunk line here is metal. And so that's pretty easy to clean. We would probably need to slide the air conditioner out from the wall to get access to that to clean it. This duct line right here is 6-inch line. It's been spliced together before, but you can see that the vapor barrier on it is breaking down. So this line right here needs to be replaced. Same for this line. Number one, it's kind of got some hoopty-doos in it, but it's breaking down. You can see the silver is gone, so the vapor barrier is gone. Probably the insulation is breaking down on the inside of that line as well. Metal trunk line continues to run down the length of the house. There are a lot of spots where you can see where moisture pooled at some point in time. Like it's not hurting the function of your crawl space. It's not wet anymore, but if you wanted it cleaned, we could make that happen. This is another old duct that you may want to consider replacing. We can run a brush down them and clean them, but they're old. And so the liner may be brittle, it may break, it's flex, and we do see that it's breaking down on the outside. So on some of the lines, instead of cleaning them, it may be better to replace. Here's another hole that could be sealed up. It looks like maybe a rodent did that one. Something chewed through that and got in. So that was sealed up. There's another duct that's insulation is breaking down on it. That duct, actually, it looks okay. Whoever did the encapsulation, no, actually it's breaking down too. So it's breaking down and it has some sags. Again, you can see where water's pooled before. I'm gonna try to clean the other side. There's another one. Same condition. They did do a good job on your crawlspace encapsulation. Some of the stuff just happens over time. So there's another duct that's broken down a little bit. Same for that one there. Continue to make this crawl. There's an opening in the crawl space that needs to be sealed. There's likely a lot of these little openings, right, where they made the tape too tight. Somebody came through and stepped on it or crawled on it. Another one right here. Another duct that needs to be replaced. On these ducts, you don't have to replace them. I'm just showing you what sticks out to me as obvious is it's old. It can be cleaned, but you see that it's breaking out on the outside, which means the same thing is happening to the insulation underneath that jacket. Another hole. There's a pretty big gap right there that's not sealed up. This is your main return. It's also pretty easy to clean. There might be a few places that we need to patch. This is not metal. This is flex. But if we pull the unit off the house over there, we can slide it out and get a brush down in there and clean all of that. And then another flex line, same condition. Outer jacket, our vapor barrier, full jacket is breaking down. You can see the white, all that should be silver. And then another area right here where water has pooled. And like I say, if that's something you want to get cleaned up, we can line that up for you. And so that is the conclusion of my tour. Now when I lay on my back and I look at your subfloor and your floor joists, I see what appears to be some kind of microbial growth, and it could be old. I don't know that. That's something that you might want to get tested, because if we were going to do some significant work in the crawl space, you could get all of this dry ice blasted, cleaned off, and sealed. And at the same time, they clean the crawl space, and then we come back after the fact and install that ductwork that needs to be replaced. But this is definitely something to consider, at least getting a swab test done. This is potentially a different kind of microbial growth. Potentially, I don't know. I'm not a mold person, but the white stuff